Hey guys, as you see, I'm on my channel here. Hello. Trixie, you don't get to be in this if you're not answering any of the questions. Demi death, right now. I have never.
Ready?
Yeah.
Let's go. Never have I ever tripped on nothing and fell.
Absolutely. My favorite thing though is when you trip on nothing and don't fall, but then you try to act like you were doing it on purpose, so you kind of half trip again, like it was like your thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there I go again. One more time. And
everyone, like my new dance?
And no one buys it except for in your mind, and everybody really knows that guy tripped and now he's acting like an idiot.
Right.
So I have absolutely tripped and fallen to the ground on what appears to be absolutely nothing.
Yep.
Never have I ever used the bathroom in complete darkness. Come on, the power goes out. What are you gonna do? Bring a candle in there with you?
Oh, I was thinking that like the light would wake me up, and I'm like, I just want to go back to sleep.
Oh, you just like, you mean you did it by choice?
Yes. Never have I ever had a bad haircut.
I think everyone's had a bad haircut.
Oh,
but my dad used to tell the joke that even a bad haircut turns into a good haircut 3 days later.
At least 3 days later.
But maybe that's just for
3-day
guys.
rule.
That's
Yes,
just for
it's
guys.
definitely just for guys.
So if they cut it too short, you're like, 3 days from now, nobody will be able to tell the difference.
I swear every time, well, I can't say every time because now I really like the girl who does my hair. I haven't seen her in a long time, just saying. But in the past, if you get your hair done and you're like, just cut like, half an inch, 3 inches later, 4 inches later, and you're like, what happened to like half an inch, an inch?
Seeing, like, I obviously haven't had to deal with this, but with the girls getting their hair cut, I know if they cut it wet though, if they cut an inch off when it's wet, that's way more than an inch when it's dry. Because the way it dries up.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I think especially for girls with curly hair.
Never have I ever gotten my wisdom teeth pulled. Did you get all 4 of them at the same time?
Yes.
I got all 4 of them at the same time.
I sure did.
All 4 of them. It was right before I joined the military. I think my parents didn't want the military to deal with my dental because they're not known to be the best with dental. And so they were just like, you just need to get them pulled.
My entire family works for a dental office. My mom's worked for the dentist since I was born. So yeah, I just went into mom's work and they're like,
nailed it. How old?
16.
Okay. I was older. I was like 19. And I got dry socket.
Ooh.
On this one. My lower back one.
No.
Right.
That's awful. Never have I ever phoned the wrong person. I'm sure I have.
Oh God, I've had I've had these incidents where I think as technology gets better, unfortunately, we become more reliant on it. So, like when you dial someone, you know it's them. So when someone says it's not them, you're like, yes, it is. I called you.
Like,
therefore, you must be the person.
It says your name.
No, totally.
Called you.
And it's not even my fault. I have one of my friends in back in Maryland when we moved here. He told me he had changed his number. But for some reason, when I went to call him, I hadn't changed it in my phone yet. So I pressed, dial his number, and someone else answers. And I know it's not them, but I think you're so set in your mindset. You're like, yeah, can I speak to whatever? And they're like, I don't know who that is. And you're like, yes, wait. Yeah.
You're all, wait, what?
And then it's, how do I get off of this phone call? Do I just hang up? Or do I apologize? Or what do I do?
Just click.
So usually you just go. That never happened.
I've actually knew I was going to call someone else, but I was maybe talking about somebody else or something. Say I'm talking about my mom, but I had my dad on my brain, and I need to call my mom, but my dad's on my brain, so I'll hit dad, and I'm like, wait, no, I'm supposed to call mom. It's like I'm thinking about too many things at one time. But yeah, I definitely dialed the wrong person.
Never have I ever pulled an all-nighter. Was this by choice?
No, I had to.
Why?
Maybe I had by choice. Maybe I have both. Not gonna lie, both. I had to, like, I had to get on a plane, like, really, really late or early in the morning. So it was kind of like, or you mean like an all-nighter, like a, kind of all-nighter we're talking about here?
I'm talking about stayed up 24 hours, all-nighter.
Yeah, I just did that the other day.
I've done it by choice, like hanging out with people and just having something to do in the morning so you can't get to sleep. And then one time, just once, when I was in the military, I was up for 72 hours.
Oh.
I was actually up for 74 hours.
I think I can do that.
74 straight hours. And I can tell you that you become delusional. Like you start like thinking things, you're hearing things, you start, it gets bad.
Never have I ever pretended to like someone's gift when opening it.
Oh God, so many times.
Have we not, like,
no, I don't think we've
done everything.
It's funny because
oh my gosh, that's
I
so
think
bad.
this is one of those white lie situations in your life where people are like, never lie. Well, when you're sparing someone's feelings, it might be an okay time to lie. If someone gets you something and it's something you hate, what are you going to do? Open it and go, I hate this? No, you wouldn't do that. So you just ask for the gift receipt.
I think the worst time that can happen is when you're having a baby shower.
Yeah.
I think it's worse than like your birthday or whatever. It's when people get you gifts for your baby and you're trying to like open the gift and you're like, I will never put this on my child.
Well,
But,
what's
funny
about
you just do the
baby showers and weddings? Look, people don't make a gift registry because they don't want that stuff. They make it because they do want that stuff. So
use it.
takes the guesswork out of it. Just go to the registry and buy something.
Right.
Like, I don't understand I know what they said they wanted, but I know better than them.
Right.
I'm going to get them this ugly green dress for their child that they would never put on them.
Right.
No, don't do that. Never have I ever lied to a cop. I totally have. So, fun story. Right before I joined the military, I'll tell this one. Right before I joined the military,
I hate you for this, by the way.
I know, that's why I read it because her story's better than mine. This is basically, I was about to go to basic training, and there was a bus on the side of the road, and it pulled its stop sign, but there was like 4 lanes across, and I went past it, like right as the stop sign was coming out, and it was all the way on the other side, and about, I don't know, 3 or 4 miles later, it was a long time, this cop pulls me over and says he saw me go past the bus, and I was like, no, there's a divided median back there. But the problem is it was 3 or 4 miles ago, so he doesn't remember if there was a divided median back there. So he was just like, oh, I guess there was a divided median back there, and he just let me go.
Wow.
I had no idea. It was like
that was an easy one.
It's like
That's not
4
fair.
miles back.
Oh my gosh, you are awful. I totally lied to a cop.
About what was that you lied to him about? What was your name again, Natalie? What did you lie?
My name was not Natalie that day. I
Yeah?
used the same last names to do a first name. I thought I was gonna get away with this. I was out of state, and I'm sorry, Aunt Claudia. I'm totally. She's gonna watch this. She's gonna kill me. Oh my gosh. We just told this story this weekend too. So yeah, we're on the river, floating down on these inner tubes or whatever, and we had cans. And they were beer cans. Jeez, they were beer cans.
But they had no beer in them. They were taking the cans
Right.
that they had picked up on the side, and they were filling them with water. She told me.
And I was splashing everybody around. And then the cop wanted to say, I got pulled over by a cop on a boat. Can you say you've done that? I have.
Unless the Coast Guard counts.
Oh gosh, so yeah, I lied. And they totally found out that I lied, and that was not good. So they gave me an extra ticket for lying.
For just giving the wrong name to a cop.
So bad. So bad. Never have I ever gone skinny dipping.
I mean,
Yes! Sorry, should I be excited about that? I don't know.
Here's the thing.
Here's the thing. Whatever.
If you have your own pool in your own house and you've ever been alone, I guarantee you've had the temptation to go jump in it naked.
No.
Have you ever had your own pool?
Yes.
And you never had to
No.
went home alone and had the temptation
No.
to go, whee! Fine then.
Literally never.
Never have I ever been in the back of an ambulance.
Yes.
I have.
For myself?
No, just period. Have you ever been in the back of an ambulance? I have for myself.
Julian.
That's the only time you've been was for Julian?
Gosh. That I could think of, yes.
I've had a few injuries that have landed me in an ambulance.
Boys. Never have I ever gotten a tattoo I regret.
I have one tattoo and I regret it.
Well, that was easy.
It's right here. You'll never see it probably. I actually got it partially removed when I was getting out of the Navy, and then I ended up deciding not to complete the application for the agency that I was going to work for and continue doing YouTube, and so I stopped getting it removed. But I don't know if I'll ever finish getting it removed.
Did it hurt?
Did it hurt getting it or getting it removed?
Both.
Didn't hurt getting it at all.
Okay.
But getting it removed, I don't think it hurt. It was just a long process. I think the aftermath of getting it removed, like the day at the office doesn't hurt, but then it's like scabs up and stuff, and so it's not fun for a few days after you do your treatments.
Okay. I have one on my foot, and I have one on the side of my leg right here. So like
Should we get removed?
it's actually not even a real dragonfly. It has like parts that dragonflies don't have. So, but the one on my foot hurt so badly, like my foot wouldn't stop shaking, and it faded like ridiculously, and I will not get it touched up because it hurt way too much. So it just looks like watercolor at this point.
What about your tattoo that says miso soup?
I have never gotten a tattoo that says miso soup.
She doesn't know. She doesn't know Chinese characters. It might say
gosh.
it might say miso soup. She has no idea.
not.
How do you know? Do you speak Chinese? It says miso
I've
soup.
actually asked plenty of people, and
Yeah. And
they told me that
it said miso
it
soup.
says exactly what it says.
Miso soup.
You're miso soup.
Have you ever broken a bone? I don't trust you if you haven't broken a bone. Did you haven't lived life?
Did you have that talk with Julian? Is that why he broke his leg?
I
How did
have.
you break your bone?
Oh, which one? My nose, the multiple times I've broken, my fingers, my toes, my feet.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I've broken so many bones.
Okay. Well, I broke my wrist playing basketball, doing an Allen Iverson move that I saw in the commercial.
Thank you, Allen Iverson.
Actually,
We'll be sending you the bill.
right? No, but to be, let's give me a little bit of credit here. A girl that was running suicides, like, passed out and decided she was going to fall behind me. So she tripped me, basically. So that was, yeah.
Now, when I joined the Navy, I was informed that I had broken my left foot 8 times and my right foot 7. So, sounds about right. Used to just wrap them up and
How do you do
continue
that?
playing. Well, when you're playing football and stuff.
Oh, okay, gotcha. From
They
playing
get
sports. Okay.
stepped on, they get...
Yeah, I think I've broken all of my fingers from
Yeah.
basketball.
I think that's just the way it works. All right. The worst one, though, I shattered the tip of my pinky.
Oh,
Most
yeah.
people who know me, actually, until I tell them, don't even notice. I've met so many people that have never even noticed, but my pinkies aren't even the same length because I shattered the tip of this one.
Never have I ever ditched class.
It's not a fair question. Anyone who's older than a senior in high school, every senior has senior ditch day. So let's eliminate senior ditch day when we ask this question.
Okay.
Okay, have you ever ditched a class, like not for another event or because you were sick, but just because you were like, no, I'm not going? Was it high school or college?
Both.
Okay. Mine, honestly, I didn't ditch in high school. I'd have to think I may have once or twice ditched in high school, but probably not. But when I got to college, that was the worst thing. When you tell someone, nothing's really going to happen to you if you don't show up.
Just turn the work in, you're like,
all right then.
Okay.
Well, I'll see you guys later.
right, I'll just
I have a story about that. U.S. History Part 1, when I was in college, my very first college I went to, we show up the first day, and the professor says that attendance isn't mandatory. And I literally started getting up before he even handed out the syllabus. He handed me my syllabus as I was walking out the door.
He's all, you might need this.
Like, you need
Girl,
this.
Thanks, I'll take that.
So I showed up to take my test, to take my midterm,
Right.
and to take my final.
Right.
And when I showed up to take my final, he goes, "Are you in this class?" And I was like, I'm enrolled in it.
Right, exactly.
I passed that class, though. That was fun, guys. Why don't you ask us some more questions in the comments of this video? It was a little hard, I'll be honest, on Instagram, because of the way Instagram refreshes its comments. It was hard to make sure that we got the first person asking each one of these.
Right.
So as you saw in the video, we did put up who asked them. If you asked them before these people did, sorry. We tried our best to get the first people that asked these questions. But in this video, if you ask them below, it'll be a lot easier for us to keep them in order, so we'll know who the first person that asked them was. So ask some questions down below. Things you might want to know. I mean, you can ask us things about our YouTube history or anything. So just ask below, and we'll answer like 10 or 20 of the best, 10, 15, something like that. 10 of the best probably. And so that's it.
That was fun.
I have made this never have I ever video.
I have too.
Bye.